Well, an unknown gunman known as John Wick has allegedly killed several gangsters over the past few weeks. Mamelodi's anti-hero is said to be eliminating gang members who extort money from local businesses. He struck again yesterday when an alleged Boko Haram gang member was killed in a hail of bullets. So, who is John Wick? Our senior reporter Barry Bateman has been trying to find this out. He joins us now live. So, Barry, any luck? Who's John Wick?
That is the question I've been putting to many members of the Mamelodi community. Many people very scared to speak. But it's something that's become an urban legend within this community. So just to give you a quick background what's been happening, it has actually been a couple of months now where members of the so-called Boko Haram gang were notorious in the area. There have been a lot of reports about them and the violence that they've been meting out on the community. It comes to extortion, go up to business and say, pay us money or else you're going to be robbed. And people have been paying out. Now there have been these murders of members of this Boko Haram gang, and the stories have now emerged that there is this lone vigilante who's going around killing the gangsters. And this is where this John Wick name came into it. The man has been dubbed this, much like Keanu Reeves' character of the movie of the same name, who is going around allegedly and wiping out these baddies. It's been welcomed by the community in some respects.
Yeah, what else are the community telling you? Because these stories have emerged on social media through people who are now naming this person in inverted commas, John Wick.
You know what? Myself and my colleague Mtosoni, we were driving around Mamelodi today going to some of the main business areas, because you think that's who you're going to speak to, the business people who might have been victims of Boko Haram's extortion. And we would go into a business, a spaza shop or a salon, and I'd go and speak to the person there and say, we're from eNCA, and, people think TV, they get a bit excited, oh, that's nice, And I said, we're doing a story about Mamelodi, and they get a little bit more excited. And I said, we're asking the question, who is John Wick? And immediately a smile would come over their faces and they would say, we don't know John Wick.
Yeah.
And then you start probing them, Shahan, and asking them, but, you've heard the stories. And then they'd let on, yeah, we've heard the stories. And everyone's talking about it. I say, okay, can I interview you about what you know? And they would immediately say, no. One person even came up to us as we were leaving. He said, I've got 2 young children and I don't want to leave them fatherless. But we did manage to get bites, short interviews out of 2 people. Take a listen to what they had to say.
John Wick to me is like a Robin Hood type of person. He's trying to clean out the community and make things right for the people here around here. So no one knows who he is. Some are praising him, some are not praising him. So yeah.
Do you believe he exists?
Well, through the sequences of things that have been happening, it is definite that there is something going on around. Yeah, that's as far as I know. But yeah, as I'm saying, some people are saying it's good, some people are saying it's wrong, but yeah.
John Wick is a movie. But what is happening right now is so scary in Mamelodi. We are so afraid also. And these are some of our relatives, most of us, and some of our friends, we know them. And what we see on the social media, on these things, when they kill them, is quite scary. So what we are thinking, some of us, we're thinking this is intelligence. Some of maybe of what Ramaphosa was speaking about, the Special Investigation Unit. That's what we are thinking.
What are the rumors? What do people understand is John Wick?
People are saying he's alone, but some of us, we don't think he's alone. Because what happened a week ago, not this weekend, that other week, in East some 2 died and here in 1 died. So he can't be alone. It's impossible.
But if you can explain to me, what is it alleged that this John Wick does?
Ramaphosa is trying to make the country clean again. He's trying to make things right.
I can't help but giggle at that response, but what are police saying about this?
Well, this is where we got to put it to bed, and I think this is why we went out to go and find out. There is no evidence to suggest that there is a lone vigilante going around wiping out members of the Mamelodi underworld. It's what the police say, all the evidence suggests, and this is what the CPF is telling me as well, is that there are gangsters being murdered, but it turns out it is rivalry with other gangs in Mamelodi, as well as infighting within this Boko Haram. So, like that shooting you spoke about in the introduction of the guy on the N4, that was a Boko Haram member, but they do not suspect that there's any lone gunman out there exacting revenge on the underworld. What we're seeing here is the birth of urban legend. I think a community that is under siege from criminal gangs. At the thought of some of them being wiped out, as the one person said there, this is the Robin Hood of the community, doing something good. There is some justice. And I think sitting in taverns and salons and afternoon, having a discussion after the latest news of somebody being gunned down, I think it brings some hope at the end of the tunnel, given that this is a community that is suffering with high crime and often looking to the police without much help.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for the update. Appreciate it. South Africa, right? It's always interesting here. Still to come.